Hello everyone! If you want a quick answer, then I earned $62 in 6 months of sales. But if you want to know more about how I made my models and how I was selling them, then keep watching. My name is Yulia, and in this video I will share my experience about selling 3D model assets on Unity Asset Store. I'm also working on my own computer games after spending 2 years as a 3D modeler and game designer in Game Dev Studio. I plan to share more about my experience, so please subscribe. Before I explain how things work out this time, I will describe my experience a long time ago. The idea of selling 3D models online stayed with me about 6 years, ever since I learned about 3D modeling and made my very first 3D gun by tutorial. Soon after that, I decided to take it seriously. I created a brand new email account, chose a new store name, and even designed a logo in Adobe Illustrator. However, I did not pay enough attention to one very important thing: skill. I was self-taught artist, so I did not have enough time to make 3D art because I was learning as a programmer in university. As a result, my first 3D asset did not pass even moderation. I got discouraged and gave up. Even now, this asset is still in my store and reminds me of my overconfidence. I even priced those birds by $5. Now let's move to the present. My second attempt to sell assets was more successful. I decided to try again after burning out at my job in game dev industry as a 3D modeler.
I was looking for a job and then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now.
I thought it would be more comfortable to make assets at my own pace and the models that I wanted. In short, I start to use skills that I earned during job in game industry in my own project. Maybe if I had worked more 1 or 2 years in game industry, so my assets will be even better than now. They will sell more and I earn more, but now I'm happy with what I got. I cannot say exactly how much time I spent on each asset. I can only say that I never stressed myself and I worked as much as I want. My first asset was a set of animated and rigged stylized dogs. It is a common thing to offer your first asset for free, so you can build reputation of your store. I barely worked on character, sculpting, rigging and animation at my day work. So after leaving the job, I decided to try all of those things right away. I enjoyed working on those dogs and it took me about a month. After that, I made a set of items for pet store. And dog agility pack. As you might guess, I love dogs very much and everything that's related to them. I spent about 3 weeks on each of these assets. In fact, I earned all my sales from those 2 assets because the last one camping set that I made was not sold even once. I noticed that people who downloaded my free dogs, then they buy my dogs related assets to complete their collection. The camping set, however, is not so popular, I think. Perhaps I should be making less items but more working on their quality, like interactables, the ability to open the tent and fire the stove and all those things. But now it's not obvious how to use my camping set. My paid assets each was sold 8 times, but the dog park asset has a better conversion rate than pet store asset. I don't know why. And the camping set did not sell at all, so I'm not counting it. The dog related assets were more successful, probably because I offered free rigged and animated dog models. I believe that pet niche more popular than camping one, and the quality of models related with dogs was better than with camping. Now I will talk about money. I will show the picture with prices at which I sell my assets. The commission taken by Unity Asset Store is quite high, and I did not think at all that it's justified, because the services that they give for buyers is good, but for sellers is not good at all. I have not any promoting tools for my asset. I have not even ability to sell my assets for $1, which I definitely will do, but I can do this because the Unity Asset Store did not have this function. I have seen that many people sell their asset at itch.io and the asset is more successful than in Unity Asset Store, so maybe I will publish my asset in this place, but not now. Also, I think about publishing in Unreal Marketplace, but for this place my assets should be very high quality, which is not presented now. So I will continue to grow my skills, and in the future, maybe in next year, I will publish in Unreal Marketplace. December was the most profitable month. I think because some companies have their annual budgets and they have to spend all of those money that they have granted before end of the year. So it's not 1% guarantee that I'm right, but I think so. Also, there are not enough sales that I have to be clear and unbiased. I believe that for unexperienced 3D modelers, selling assets it's not a good idea. I think you should invest your time in job in 3D industry to earn understanding how things works and experience. Because the competition in market is very high. So it's not very friendly for beginners. I can explain why I think so. When you create models for online stores, you do not have much opportunity to grow, because aside from moderators who check that your project is okay, there is no guidance or tutor who will give you advice how to do better. However, if you are already in 3D game dev industry, it will be perfect for you to start making assets for Unity 3D Asset Store. So in the future you will have passive income. Not so big, I think, but it's always good to have multiple resources of money. And also in Unity Asset Store it's very popular to sell shaders or materials or all other stuff on the realm of art and coding. So if you have any technical skills, so it will be good for you twice. If you're interested, I have a few tips for you if you decide to sell your assets, about promoting them. First, presentation is very important, and I think that it's the most important part. You should have a demo video reel that shows your asset with different angles and the photos that shows your models in different poses and situations like that. No one will buy asset with just one picture unless it's free, Second tip. It's a good idea to release two assets. First, paid assets, your assets, and second one, it's free demo assets with few material of your work. If you make 10 3D models, for example, in free assets you can put 3 or 4. Many people search assets with the option free assets only. A lot of buyers did not know about your paid assets if you don't have free demo asset. And you should link your paid assets to these free versions. If the buyer will satisfied with your free version, he will click on the link and buy a full version. And the last thing that I wanted to say is that you don't need to compete with big companies like Cintiq in making simple models. Nobody will buy your simple models when it's Cintiq on the market. So you should make something unique to please buyers who don't like Cintiq's products. I believe that your skill should be high enough to start publish on Unity Asset Store and other markets. That's all for today. I'm very happy that you listened to my story and I hope you will find this useful. Please leave a comment if you make something for Unity Asset Store or maybe for other stores, or you have ideas what I should do in my next assets. And don't forget to subscribe. I have a lot of experience to share with you about 3D industry and game development. Bye!